Good morning, everybody. Good morning, online members. Good afternoon, good evening. Firstly, I would like to see the video of Cambodia orphanage and come the team to the Just movie. Take a look. Pastor Ma received God's word, and the orphanage in Cambodia had started. And by God's word, we realize by God's word, this work started. In Japan, many people said there is a weak point for social work in Japan and Christian society. But in our church, started the social work, not only in mission work or mission trip, but also praise bands go to facility, many kinds of facility. That means that words that is there is we have the activity of social work. When we obey God's word, we are lack of anything, something, but there's nothing. There's no lack of God. So there is a balance of work in Christian society, in a church. So God give us the fulfillment of the word. So praise the Lord. So tomorrow we are going to Israel as mission trip. So let us watch the video of Israel team. God tells us about movie and video clips, and I believe God will open work for movie, and also a good movie. But so I think we need to make more better movie. So sometimes you don't know how to make them, but in Philippines, God showed us, God give us visions in your heart. So if you have visions and dreams, you need to go forth. And if it is God's will, there is God's help, God's hands beyond our thoughts and minds. And like often it works, and God's work is expanding greatly more. So you need to do it devotedly. And this service is the end of the year. And next month, the beginning of the month, for church. And usually December is the end of years, but in a church, the end of the year is October. So we need to make preparations for that. And God tells us about Israel, and we need to start from Israel. And regarding the Israel people, other two types, and one is believers. If you believe in Jesus Christ, we are spiritually Israel people. We are going to heaven in future. So we live in Israel eternity. So we need to realize we are spiritual Israel people. Our citizenship is in heaven. So even though you are going to Israel or not, we are Israel people, spiritual Israel people. So we need to start as Israel people. And I think that is a very important point, but Japan's Christian society ignore this point. So we need to realize we are Israel people. And God will send us from Israel. And Israel is a symbol of God. So God gives us His calling, and so sometimes some people wondering we have God's call or not, but we have already received God's call because God sends us from Israel to this place. And revival's work is at hand, and God will reach to the next stage to carry out the work. Spiritual attack is severe, so we need to deal with that. And spiritually and practically, everything is expanding. So keep in mind about that. Next week, our New Year service will be held, and then service on Mount Albel will be held and we can see them on the internet. So Israeli people and also church also is heavenly Israel. Heavenly Jerusalem. A new year will start. And when we have service, sometimes late on Mount Olivet, so be careful. So someone will carry my chair for me to have service on Mount Olivet. That would help for me. Please pray for that. And maybe entitled Apostle Paul, it will released next month. So let's watch the promotion video. Take a look.